hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now,
we're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl, Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
I think it was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your name. It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips. Let me do your hair. What's happening? What's happening? Good people. How you guys doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo, coming to you live and direct from the Reference Design Team Hair Salon, where I have just got some Verizon. We got bars.
That's crazy.
We got bars. Finally, we got bars. If you a hip hopper, you know what I'm talking about without no doubt. We ain't had no clout because Verizon was selling us out. I had to let y'all know. I got bars. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't ready, Juju, for what I had to do up here on this new with all this info, you know, for our bros and our sisters. So they don't miss all the craze that Verizon had us in today. I got bars. I'm telling you, Juju, because I was pissed. I was pissed. What's happening? Danny's in the chat. Look, Danny, I got my hair comb. The braces is all polished. Danny like, God damn, Ladosha. Nope, ain't gonna let up, Danny. Ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. What's happening? Our virtual co-host is in the chat, Miss Sandra E. She said, let's get this party started quickly. Right. Man, I'm telling you, today has been, is this one of those Mercury in retro? I don't know what this means, guys. But is this one of those Mercury in retrograde? Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, for a minute, I was like, uh-oh. Y'all remember that movie with Julia Roberts? It's on Netflix, the one that they said President Obama and his wife. I was like, it's happening. They're taking over.
It's something. It's definitely something.
Man.
It just me logging on, you know. It's just going to get stuck. You know, it's just going to, you know.
Yeah. Anybody got Verizon? Did you guys experience some outages? Because I most certainly did. And not that I can't go without my phone, but I thought Verizon, you know how they be like, are you part of the network or whatever? Anywho, that's what's happening. That's happening. What's happening over in California? Everything's going good?
It's mild.
It's mild. Okay.
But it's 76. It's 76.
76. All right. It's looking good. It's looking good.
Yeah.
All right. The chat is looking good. Welcome back, Tristan Natural. What's up, boo? Welcome back with that beautiful, beautiful photo and that beautiful, beautiful hair. How you guys? We had a wonderful time this morning with Miss Trish in the chat.
Yeah, she was wonderful.
Yeah, Miss Trish, we might have to get you on. Juju, guess what we having on Thursday? You got to tell everybody, Juju. You got to let everybody know that on Thursday, look what we got coming on. Bam! That's right, brother Unc. The pseudo killers is coming to the rescue in the beauty industry because the pseudos is killing us out here, Juju. They get us good. And Cheryl and I, we are just at it alone. And we need the help of you guys over in the pseudo killers to help us out because they're killing us with this pseudo and the beauty industry, which is what tonight's topic is all about. We are officially 127 minutes in, and tonight it is all about natural hair products, Gimmicky and Overpriced. Are they losing their zeal? Okay, something is happening. It's been kind of building up for quite some time now, but we're just trying to figure out, you know, exactly what's happening. The natural hair industry, I mean, consumers are just really they are going ham on social media. I don't know. Is this cancel culture? Cheryl and I, we're going to take a deep dive into it. We need you guys feedback to help figure out, what is going on. I mean, in the beauty industry, we have our take on it from a professional standpoint, but we need to hear from you guys, because we're telling you some of the dumbest that we've heard about the whole hair care thing is the natural hair thing. It's been something of a we haven't been able to figure it out, but now it is coming to a serious head. Something is about to explode when they're attacking companies like Neo Organics. I mean, they have not let up on this company. So in the meantime, we're going to wait for some more people to come on in. We have our official theme song, and it is all about Sister. Would you please just let me and Cheryl do your hair? We promise we will not hurt you. So this is by none other than Sister Rachel Evans. I don't know why YouTube keeps striking us, because she has come in the chat to give us permission to use the song. So if anybody can help Cheryl and I out to figure out how we can get YouTube to stop striking our channel, but we're going to play it anyway, because they haven't shut us down, but they're saying in certain areas you're not going to be able to see our channel. So, but we're going to play it anyway, because it is our theme song, and it's called Sister, Let Me Do Your Hair. Y'all welcome y'all cousins in the chat, because it's going down, and that's what it's all about. Got my little Gambia mug. Okay.
Let me see.
I don't know if my earbuds is not letting me play. Here it is.
Oh, it's playing.
It's playing. Yeah, there's look at that. We love you, Ladosha from the Gay and Droll Skills Academy. Thank you for your support. The Mama Land is proud of you. You can't get any better than that. But I can't hear the music, but Cheryl is grooving to it, because I got some new earpods in. So you guys enjoy. It's different over here. Let us do your hair. So Cheryl, you got to cue me when the song is over. All right. I got Cheryl's beat. You know what I'm saying? I think I can turn on my phone and I'll be able to hear it. Okay. Hey. Let me mute that. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Y'all grab a seat. What's up, Selena AG? How you doing? Juju says you can hear it. What's going on? LB? I love seeing you in the chat. Is that Michelle? Did you say Michelle Allen? Oh, snap! Hey! Oh! Your hair. Come on in, let us do your hair. We're not going to hurt you. We promise. Tell them, Cheryl. Let me do your hair. Come on in, guys. Come on in. I can tell by Cheryl's head moving. That's the sexy saxophone. Come on in, y'all. Come on in with that sexy saxophone. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Perfect. Where you?
I think I got it. I was listening. He was giving me good, hand gestures. And because, I like, Cheryl loves the saxophone part of the song because we're old school. Remember back in the day when you had the armrest in the middle and you kind of snuggled up with your little boo thing. Man, I miss the armrest. Somebody need to bring that back. Ain't that right, Michelle? If a car brings back the armrest, boom. It's going to be the population boom. They're concerned about, all these conservatives. Like, we need to keep the population growing. Put the armrest back in the middle of the car. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's some babies it's going to be a lot of baby making tonight. Okay. So go ahead on and drop, put that dang on armrest back in there. So again, what's happening, good people? How you guys doing out there? We are 127 episodes in, and we are talking about the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. Now, Juju just dropped in the chat. She gave us some instructions. Juju, you got to call me. Juju, I'm gonna put my number in the chat so you can call me and tell me what we need to do. But she said that we need to do something. I can't find it, but it's in this feed somewhere. She gave us some instructions on what we can do to not get the strike, because she did give us permission to use it. Oh, she said we got to get a copyright disclaimer. All right, there it is. Okay, Juju, I'm going to figure that out, how to get a copyright disclaimer, and maybe it's something that she has to sign. But again, that is our official theme song. So YouTube, be on the lookout for us to complete or fill out, or however you do that. Thank you so much, Juju. So we got 127 episodes in, and we're going to definitely go into, thank you. She said she's going to get it. All right, okay, yeah, get my number from them. She's like, don't put your cell phone number in the chat. Okay, because Juju, I was going to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, Juju, I love you, okay? By the way, in case you guys are wondering why am I all on Juju's tip, you know what I'm saying? Juju is a part of the Pseudo Killers, and I've made it no big, oh yeah, sure, said give you a big round of applause, and let me give that to her, all right? I think one of the things that, I hope you can hear it. Can you hear it, Cheryl? Because I can't. All right, okay. Because I have the earphones and they don't work the same, like,
We'll take them
off. Because then you get the echo. The salon, it's the echo is like kind of like out of control. Yeah, so anywho, did I stop the cheering? Okay, yeah, I stopped the cheering. So a little bit about Juju right quick. Juju, I will send you the link because we're definitely going to need your support. It's no big secret that this particular podcast is a prelude to our theme for the month of November, which is all about education. And what we're saying here, guys, is that education matters in the barber and beauty industry, in spite of what you're hearing by such terms as 4C hair, floating hair in water and things of that nature, putting plastic caps on your hair so your hair can get deep conditioned. We're going to address some of these things, but we need some help. And so this particular platform, the Planet Pluto Pseudo, truly was inspired by the Pseudo Killers. And so what they do over on the platform, which we encourage everybody to go over, please subscribe to the channel. Now, warning, I repeat, this is a warning, okay? They ain't nice like Cheryl and I. They will get that A double quicker. You know what I'm saying, Theo? So don't go over there, Pseudo, because they're not as diplomatic as Cheryl and I. And so we're going to have Brother Aunt come on and set the tone for the dangers of misinformation. And tonight's 127th episode, that's all about natural hair products being gimmicky and overpriced and kind of misleading. We're going to go take a deep dive into it so that we can help you, the consumer, understand why this is like the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. She said, show that thumbnail again. All right, here we go. Hold up right quick. Bam, there it is. Right quick, the lineup. We have Brother Unc West. He's going to set the tone. He is of the Pseudo Killers. He's also affectionately known as the God Killer. Okay, I'm not even going to try to explain that, Cheryl. Y'all are gonna have to ask him about the God Killer. And then we have Miss B. You guys are very familiar with her. She's the cosmetology teacher, salon owner, and cosmetologist who raised the chat periodically, begging Cheryl for the reformation. That is her. She is a real cosmetologist. You can also see her in the documentary as well. And then we have Auntie Hair Coach. She is out of Atlanta, Georgia. She's going to be helping us out with education matters in the world of the natural hair care industry. And then we have Denise West. She is a protege of Miss B and myself. She's also a mentor, salon owner, and cosmetology instructor. And then we have Miss Yate Keaton, who we've met right here on planet Pluto Pseudo. So, and all of this is because of Miss Esther T. Jones, and you guys will meet her in the chat probably on Thursday. She's not able to join us on what's the day, on Mondays. So this is her ideal, that we bring people, into the chat so that we can interview and you guys can hear some other school of thoughts. And Cheryl and I, we're very excited to be having this, because the truth of the matter is, in our opinion, the cosmetology industry is in a very peculiar situation, and you, the consumers, are just feeling the brunt. And the topic tonight, we're going to get you guys going. But first, a couple of current events on this topic. By the way, Cheryl, check this out. Here it is. Now, Reddit. Are you from? I just got hip to Reddit.
It's been around. Well, obviously you know that, but yeah. It's starting to pick up a lot of cultural, specific content. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Reddit, then by all means, go get into some of those chats. And Reddit is tearing it up. Are y'all getting away from natural hair care products too? And so they're just kind of over this. And I'm not quite sure. Cheryl's going to kind of give us a take on maybe what could be happening, because I don't know. I can't seem to grasp that. And then here's another article: why natural hair products are bad for you. And I think that's out of the Griot. And here's another one. Within that article, Cheryl, I don't know if she's a journalist or a blogger. I'm not quite sure about the Griot. But they're questioning the difference between natural hair products and natural products for hair. So can we start there? When we talk about the dumbest that people say about black hair, drop your questions in the chat. This is very interactive. This particular podcast is for the consumer, okay, and the cosmetologist, but we are here to help save you time, money, and kind of, sort some of this out. So I thought this would be a good place to start, Cheryl. The difference between natural hair products and natural products for hair. That's kind of tricky to me.
The question in and of itself is a product of the natural hair movement. It's that title seems logical, seems prophetic, seems prolific, seems deep, but it's a dumb.
What?
Dumb. They can't even tell me. If someone can in the chat could explain that title to me. And let me just say this. This is strange. The natural hair care movement of, let's say, but on the eve of Y2K, right? 1999, right? They create an industry for natural-based beauty products, right?
Okay, I'm following you.
Then they want to. Then they peeled out an other to say these products are being pushed onto Black people, when Black people have always used Black-owned, Black owners, Black founders. We have always used Black hair care products.
Okay, so first let's get some answers. While Cheryl is explaining, she's asking everybody, what are your thoughts about this question here for this article? Do you think it's kind of foxy or do you think it's kind of dumb? Okay. And the question is, and I'm asking, and Cheryl is breaking it down, is questioning the difference between natural hair products and natural products for hair. Now, I will drop in the chat that I thought it was kind of foxy.
Okay.
And Cheryl is saying, well, no, hold on, Key Lolo. So I'm going to put foxy, yes, and you can put no. I don't think this is appropriate. And also, we got Posh by Poll over on Instagram in Florida. I hope all is well. Jennifer, it must be if you're joining us from Florida. So what's up, Miss Poll over on Instagram? So I thought it was kind of foxy, but you're saying that the way this is poised is a result of the
convoluted issues that are in natural hair care. Like what would be the purpose of the difference of the two? Because the first paragraph says, we know that there are so many narratives out there, so we wanted you to know the subtle differences that are pushed in the Afro hair market. Pushed Black founders, which Black hair care has always been. So the subtle differences, if there is any, well, the natural hair care movement created them. So I just want to know what would be the difference from, and let me just say this, let me be fair, you do have the article there. What do they say?
Let's see.
To be fair to the content creator, I mean, at this point, but I'm with you, Danny. It creates confusion because it sounds deep, as if it actually is a legitimate a headline or title of content. But once again, is it pseudo? Does it?
Yeah. So the article is definitely calling this like a marketing thing that that products. It's more like ingredients. So it's the ingredients that should be focused. This is what the article is kind of alluding to. That natural products that are inside, natural ingredients, I'm sorry, that are inside the products are what it should be focused on for hair versus saying that the bottle itself is for natural hair. And I see what you're saying, Danny, is confusing. See, now I would be a consumer who's duped. What's up, good people? My boss is in the chat. And y'all know y'all got to drop them L's. Lavina, what's up, boo? I'll be calling you too now that we have service. So to me, I thought, it was when I saw it, it just kind of said, oh, this would be a good way to get it started because I thought it was kind of foxy. But clearly, I'm a sucker. You know what I'm saying? But you see things a little bit differently with this type of.
Because, of course, we're assuming that there is a such thing as natural hair products.
Well, I think according to this article, it is now because you have all of these, what's this stuff? Shea Moisture, Cantu, you know what I'm saying? So these are products that are saying they are for natural hair. And this article is saying that it should be focused on the ingredients in the product and not calling it overall for natural hair.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question. The people, let's say if you guys can think of the top 20 brands from 2000 from the Y2K 2000 all the way up to present day, what would those hallmark brands be? Let's say Shea Moisture, we know. Okay.
Yeah. Carol's daughter. Maine, Maine, something Maine. As I Am is definitely very popular. Come on, guys, help me out. Oh, yes, Talia Wajid. Yeah, drop some of the products that you're currently using if you are familiar with some
Miel,
of these brands. Yeah, oh, Miel. Yeah.
Pattern, all of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what preceded them? What was before them? Let's say 10 years before them. What was before them?
Okay, let's answer that question. What products were before the Miel Organics?
Or what trend? What were we wearing right before Y2K mostly?
We were mostly wearing relaxed, press and curl. Yeah,
Relaxer,
relaxers.
the silk outs,
Yeah,
press.
press and curl. Yeah, press and curl,
Okay, what else?
And the curly perms.
Okay, and locks.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, and weaves
Oh yeah, we cannot forget weaves. Good lord.
and braids,
Uh,
right?
yeah. So they're saying lusters was good. Here we go. Ultra sheen. Okay. Yeah. Oh, dang, ultra sheen. Yes. Okay, okay, Michelle, come through. So
Okay,
these were the ones that was before. Yes.
okay. Now remember the last time the trend was natural. What product were we using? The last time we wore natural hair, what product were we using?
The last time we wore natural hair, we were using what they have in the chat: Ultra Sheen,
Afro
Lusters,
sheen,
yeah,
Afro sheen.
TCB, yeah,
It was usually a what? A solid oil and a spray oil in the afro, right? That
right,
dovetailed into cornrows, braids. You know, Cicely Tyson was wearing her cornrows, and Angela Davis was wearing the afro. Everybody in between, either braids, locks, things of that nature, right?
mm-hmm,
Okay.
right.
Move into the hair loss area, and you had the weaves. We went to the braids. Everybody had locks, and boom, still had relaxers, still had curls. You know what I mean? Still had the press and curls and the silk outs, and boom, the flat iron came in. All of a sudden, we had blow dryers and flat iron. Things of that nature. My question to you guys is why is the natural hair movement of Y2K produced product as if their hair was a curly perm? What I'm asking you guys is that the Y2K is a generation that never was natural prior, because the last natural movement belongs to their parents or their grandparents. So they don't have a history or a palette or a reference point to begin to start natural hair, so-called natural based products. So where did they get it from?
What you talking about, Willis?
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying that this new natural hair movement, they pretty much
25
grew up with
they only
relaxing.
did right. They only duplicated lotions and junk from the curl.
Hammer time.
They only
Y'all see? She getting it, y'all. She's weaving the story together ever so intricately. Okay.
the problem is that they expected the curl product to work on natural hair. We never told them that shit was gonna work. But instead, they just went forward as if they knew everything and didn't use history as a reference. They didn't ask.
Can I say my famous? This is not CRT. This is American history. We're trying to get you guys this. This is why having Brother Uncle West on is going to be so important, because I never made that connection as a cosmetologist where the historical context would have really helped that knew what Cheryl calls the Y2K natural hair movement founders out, because they really felt that they could take these concoctions and make this Afro hair look like it was a curly perm.
Right.
And so here is, Rike says she believed that we're trying to be different and go the other way with how we did our hair. There was a lot in the media about mineral oil, sulfates, and silicones being bad, so we had to change it. Ooh, that's kind of layered. Ooh, that's thick. Ooh, that's
here's the thing. So if your parents was reading Ebony and Jet and Essence and Shop Talk and BET, well, where did you get that mineral oil, sulfates, and silicones were bad? You must have been reading white media.
Hold on. Answer the question. All right, chat. It's getting thick. It's getting hard in her. She says, where did we get? Because Wike says there was a lot in the media. And Wike, could you qualify that? Sandra, please don't start. I'm trying to calm down, Sandra. I ain't gonna put it out there. Would you say media? Do you mean social media, written media, television media? There was a lot in the media. She's going to clarify what type of media about mineral oil, sulfates, and silicones being bad for hair. So we had to change it. And the question is, where did you, the consumers, where did you guys get that message from? And so,
Now, you
there
know,
she is. There's her answer. Whoa, ooh, I wasn't expecting that.
well, of course she was. She had nothing else to say. She knew where she got it from. It's a media called Google. The problem is, and let me just be clear, because I am not anti-natural or anything.
Right.
The key here is that we're anti-ignorance. Okay, so I'm not. I understand you said it the way you needed to say it. You told the truth. Absolutely. The key here is the media that you guys were reading was companies such as Aveda that wanted to sell you essential oil.
Okay, can we pause a little bit? Can we just get a little bit like? I don't know this because I wasn't immersed in hair back then. Okay. So right. The question is, I ain't trying to be divisive, y'all. So okay, I'm just gonna say it. Well, since when did black people start listening to white people for their hair? I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to, because we always
exactly.
Because we always read like Jet, But I only went to like
they didn't get it from there. They did not get it from black media. She was correct. She said the truth. She got it from the internet, because you have to remember Y2K and natural hair care movement and Google are the same age.
Okay, so let me just show the chat. So Sandra said, Dixie
No.
Right. Wait a minute, hold up. And then Trish came back. I think once there was the birth of the natural hair brand, they wanted to be a push of more creams versus the butter and creams. But the butter and the cream is grease.
Well, the problem is they started treating their hair as if it was a curl. They wanted to duplicate the curl.
God dang it, I'm trying to hold on.
They wanted their hair
Cheryl?
They wanted their hair to look like a curl, but
okay, wait, pause. How many people in the chat? I can't even get it out. How many people in the chat? thinks the natural hair movement was trying to make their hair.
They was trying to make their soul glow without going to the salon.
How many people believe that? How many people in the chat believe what Cheryl is saying? Because Cheryl, y'all on the road tonight. Y'all,
when your grandparents and your mama was talking about curl definition, we was talking about a gray rod, a white rod, a lavender rod, and a peach rod. Y'all came in there and said, no, we're going to do it in a bottle.
Michelle, I can't believe you came back here with this. Oh, look at my makeup. It's all gone now. Thank God I got these readers on. Oh my God. Okay, they're believing what you're saying. I thought, they
thought that 2A, that 3A, that black folks' hair was just going to do that with water. But what they didn't understand, they didn't go next door and ask their biracial cousin, does that shit work? And the cousin would have said, hell no. No, you got to go in the salon and get that shit rolled up.
Okay. I'm losing all my professional points. Before we go a little bit further, I would like to welcome everybody on Facebook.
They had to drive over, and I go get to the beauty. I mean, but
but maybe the gimmicky was.
Sis, they thought they was getting a Jerry curl. They thought that hair was really gonna do a Jerry curl and a California curl and a Cosmo curl and a Leisure curl. They thought that shit they was gonna do that shit from the bottom. As hard as we goddamn work, that shit is a process.
Look what Tish wrote. You can make your hair look like a girl.
Now, and in the curl days, the shit grew. You didn't have no hair coming out. You didn't have no, unbothered. You had all. The problem is that they left their inheritance. We could have talked about a natural way or a more organic way to do it, but they left technology and went all the way to the extreme and went to natural. Now they got to do twist outs. So every 2 days they got to do wash outs. So now they in the videos, spray bottle and this product and this seal in and that seal in. And then at the end in the comments, then now they got a curl definer brush that separates. They're all trying to make their hair look unnatural to them. If your hair don't go ringlet and coils and curls, it don't do that.
And so to me, in our title, natural hair products, gimmicky and overpriced, right? That's the gimmick. Because in my mind, Trish, y'all just work with me, Michelle and VK, Sandra, everybody in the chat. Okay, y'all just rock it out with me, LB. Here's what I'm thinking. I could not believe that people were falling for the natural hair movement because natural hair don't do that. Like right. That's why I couldn't. I was like, what is y'all doing? I didn't think I couldn't believe people were falling for that. You know that whatever you do to that Afro hair, when you wake up in the morning, you gonna have an Afro.
We only needed 2 products when we were wearing the Afro, and that was Afro Sheen and Afro. We only had Afro Green and Afro Sheen. We only had 2 products. We didn't do a lot with the Afro. It was an Afro Pick, Afro Sheen, and Ultra Sheen. That's all we had. Make sure that you grease your scalp, and then we had the corn rolls parting down, and you grease your scalp.
I can't speak for any other salon, right? I can't speak for any other consumer, but I'm telling you, in the reverence, we do a consultation. We ask the people, bring in what you've been using on your hair. Who can drop in the chat? How many products do you think the average person brings in for their natural hair compared to our 2 and 3? Can you drop that number in the chat? I didn't say money. I don't want to go with the money. I just want to go with how many bottles, jars, this. Okay, we got 12. Okay, come on. Instagram, rock it out with us. What's up, King of Lock? How you doing, homegirl in Georgia? How many products? LSF216, how you doing over on Instagram? We appreciate you guys. How many products do you think they would bring in? So the Venus said 12. Right quick, while we're waiting for some more responses. Trish says, folks braided their hair at night, picked it out in the morning to form their afro, and everybody did not just get up and pick their hair. They did get up and pick their hair, unless it was short. What
they did not do was braid it down, do a twist down, and fake that their hair was some texture that it wasn't.
Now that they didn't do.
Okay, they picked it out. Okay, and either did whatever what was styles. Look, I don't know about y'all. I'm about to be 58. I remember it. So I understand.
I was there.
Right. We did not pretend that our texture was something that it was not.
See, here's the thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So here we go. We got 10 products. We got 12 products. And you know what? You're absolutely right, Lavina and Danielle. Welcome, Miss Danielle. Yes, the average person is truly bringing in about 12 products. This is as a cosmetologist, no, ma'am. No, sir. This is unacceptable.
Now, the difference is 25 years later, all that natural product, 10 to 12 on average, will lowball it. 9 products per household if you are a natural movement person. I guarantee you 9 products, and all 9 of those products, Black people probably have less than 35% equity in those brands. You gave it to white America.
Wow.
In 25 years, in one generation, you transferred your wealth to white corporate, white VCs in Silicon Valley, and you gave it to white retail such as Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target, and Sephora. You gave it to them.
And guess what? They ain't giving it back.
And
They're not.
And the rate it's going, and the only way, okay, that you can halfway fight back. Because if you go to JCPenney's, you see what? Loon. And it's a section. So the Black woman corralled you guys into Loon at JCPenney's. So now that you guys are corralled, and now that you gave away, in the sake of the natural hair care movement, now that you gave the retail power, killed the Black beauty supply, whatever Black distributors there would have been or could have been, or Black beauty supplies, because Black beauty supplies tried to make a thrust, but they can't compete with Walmart, can't compete with Target, can't compete with CVS,
Amazon,
can't compete with Ulta, can't compete with Sephora, can't compete. But let me just say this. Now they found out that we didn't know what we were talking about. They're rejecting the brands left and right.
Right now,
Whole Foods just threw them out.
Yeah, here's this. Let me show this clip Right quick, I'm gonna get to your comment, Miss Trish. But here's a clip to her point about pricing, and they're realizing, you know what, something about this just ain't right. Here's a customer who's trying to shop for some hair care products. Look at this.
Wanted to buy natural hair, guys. I was so frustrated when I get into the drugstore, guys. I went to this Cam and I also went to Clicks. Guys, hair products are so expensive, guys. Sizoitin land up. Hair products are so expensive in such a way that we are not even motivated to buy one, especially the natural hair.
There it is. There is Cheryl. She said it. She said they're so expensive. Now we're not even motivated to purchase it. And the companies are saying, what, Cheryl? Y'all mean to tell me y'all didn't know what y'all was doing? And I just spit.
We spent the first 2 years of Y2K trying to keep them on the shelf because natural hair care product founders they were formulating this shit from their kitchen. So it was going bad.
She said the natural hair people were busy formulating these products from their kitchen. Here you go, LaWanda.
Stop. Hammer time.
That's saying something. But now in the gimmick, right? The gimmick is that I made it in my house. My grandmother or God or spirit gave me this concoction, and my hands, they're blessed. I have blessed hands.
You just say this. That relationship, guys, that a black woman and a black man tells a white company that they had a dream. Do you guys know that goes back to the 1700s? That's the plantation right there. Because
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Because that's how actually black people got their freedom. If you could save a black person's life, protected white people's property, and invent something that they could make money off of. And I think the fourth one was tell on your own people of an insurrection. Go. I have an idea. That's actually that's entrenched into how that is what Silicon Valley, probably most VCs that invested in black companies such as Bevel. Where's Bevel now? And the key is that at that point, the black hair care industry of your parents, or let's say from, I would say 1935 until 1995, why wasn't that industry good enough for you to employ your ideas? There's an answer to that. Why do you guys think? Why didn't they go to the black hair care industry and say, we need to do a new category called natural hair care, and this is what we're going to do? Why do you think they went outside, created that they're not celebrated, that we don't, this is the first time it happened, we need a whole new industry called natural hair care? Why do you think that happened?
Let me take a stab at it, guys. I think that those venture capitalists or those investors, I believe they went outside of the beauty industry because they kind of liked the homely, I made it. It had a like an authentic, natural, like a real appeal when it came to trying to sell it, to say, oh, look, here is Dion 408 who made this buttercream. And so we're going to use her. She doesn't cost as much because Ladosha now, she in this hair salon, she got all this overhead, she's going to want a different type of an investment compared to Dion 408, who's going to just mix this up with some shea butter and just go to the grocery store. And so I think cost and then that familiar, or
Yeah, right,
friend.
but the question is, why didn't Black people come back to the industry they already had to create
Ah.
natural hair care? That's my question.
Oh, okay. All right. Why didn't they? Okay. Okay. Duh. Obviously, I have blonded my hair. What's your stupid power? Okay. We have answers. Why did they not come back? Because they wanted to keep the money. Danielle says to keep the money.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
didn't
So
go. They didn't.
if per capita, let's say there are 20 founders that are really stick to us, 20 founders of natural hair care products since 2000. Why are most of them gone? Okay. They have white company backed money and they're poorer than their predecessor.
So you're talking about, let's take Carol's daughter. So why is she not, moving like she
So my
was
point is,
initially?
my point is, so let's just say she's 11 years. She was 11 years old before she was acquired by L'Oreal. What happened to her? Why couldn't she be a Eunice Johnson, a fashion fair? Why couldn't she? What was going on in her business model to the point where she could not become what we call a brand that was flourishing for 25 years or more? Why didn't she ever become a legacy brand?
Why didn't Carol's daughter become a legacy brand like L'Oreal?
Mm-hmm.
WeK says diversification. I think just maybe the persona, the myth about black hair not being beautiful. Maybe they didn't think she could sell like a L'Oreal. Because it's only,
Let me make it quick so you guys are not getting it.
Oh wait, here we go. We got one right here before you do it.
Let's say, why didn't Lisa Price ever go and talk to Bronner Brothers about taking a break?
Inferiority complex. We always need to help us get distributed frame of mind. And so she says she's sad to see it go this way. So Dion says maybe it's just the sellout mentality that they didn't go to Bonner Brothers because
Well, that's just an example. It's just an example. Why? Because
yeah.
there's more behind them of success and prosperity and abundance and wealth and power and influence. Why didn't they go back to that? It was already there. It's closest to them. It's been in their communities. It's luster. You had, what I mean? It's all there. Why didn't they go there?
I think it goes to something that WeK said in the chat where that she grew up around white people. And I think that now you had a large group of black people that were now in these white spaces, and maybe they just didn't want to seem too black. They wanted to go mainstream, thinking and hoping that they maybe perhaps she could have become a L'Oreal. Because after all, black people do buy, products that are marketed to white people. So maybe they were trying to tap into the WeKs of the market,
And I want you guys to ponder this. Okay? I want you to ponder this. And so from this point, they created 20 companies. Let's just say they created 20 companies, right? They created new words, new phrases, new dumb shit that don't make any sense. They just created handbooks. They created all of the hair typing system. They created all these things and locked it into. And they did not check into the actual industry that gave them the huge start, right? And it's only one answer. Black hair care had already a standard. we already had a standard.
Now, before you go into that standard, we need you guys to do one thing because Cheryl been dropping some jewels, but our virtual co-host says before we tell you what those standards are, she's asking you guys to do exactly what Cheryl is showing you how to do right now. And all you have to do is this to help change the narrative about natural hair care products being gimmicky and overpriced. Here we go. Okay, hit the like button now. Just slide your finger over and just hit it right quick. And Cheryl is going to explain to you exactly why.
Okay, you ready?
We're ready.
Right. Because black people had a standard. You was not going to call Mr. Morrow and get him on the phone talking about you want to put some vodka and some beetle juice and some cherries and some weeds and berries and put it in a jar, and then he was going to sell it. He would have told you to hang up the phone, ma'am. Hang up the phone. I'm not going to make that. That's not what we're going to do. And I think that they instinctively understood that black hair care has a standard of product production, product manufacturing that was not gonna match with the snake oil they were selling.
And I think this video is going to capture what she's saying, because here is a consumer who bought into a lot of the low level concoctions or mixtures or formulations that they felt, in their opinion, did not work for their hair. And I was questioning that they missed the mark, but now, meaning the brand manufacturers, but now I kind of see what you're saying. So here is a consumer's take on a lot of popular hair care products that she believed in her heart they missed the mark for her Afro hair. Here we go.
Some products I'll never use on my hair again because they either didn't work or they made my hair super dry. First off is Diva Curl. These products used to be really popular back in like 2015, 2016. I got sent some products by them a couple of years ago, and when I first tried it, it literally made my hair so dry it made it fall out. Next is Cantu, obviously, specifically the Curl Activator Cream, because it caused so many flakes in my hair. But overall, I don't use Cantu in general, and I will never work with them, but maybe in the future if they change. Next is Carol's Daughter, specifically the Black Vanilla line. There's a couple of Carol's Daughter products that I actually like, but the Black Vanilla line made my hair so dry. The only product from this line I use is the leave-in conditioner, mainly because it smells really good. Next is the Palmer's Moisture Boost line. I actually really liked the leave-in conditioner from them, but it was kind of making my hair a little bit dry afterwards, so I decided to check the ingredients. It has the same ingredient Cantu got canceled for.
So some of those are brands like, go ahead.
Yeah, and they are ruining these companies because of the natural ingredient. They're turning over these bottles, and now because they get to cry that it's not something they can eat, oh my God, it's bad. Now they're going to go in there and defame them and ruin the company in the name on behalf of natural, because at the end of the day, somebody told them that they should be able to eat their products, literally, when they already know that black hair care had real chemists. Black hair care had a real standard. We had a real cosmetic aisle. We have a standard of cosmeceutical, food grade, cosmetic grade, industrial grade, household grade. Those are different types of ingredients of the same thing.
One thing that I can see just where the chat is going, because again, the topic of natural hair products being gimmicky and overpriced, Danielle says she agreed. They are being overpriced. Here's Dion's 408 saying, no lie, like back in the day, she tried it. She felt it wasn't up to snuff. I did too. I was actually, when she first went into like the market, I was one of the test salons, and I was like, giving it a thumbs down. Honestly, we did right here in this space. We didn't think it was going to make it into the salon market because she was trying to shop it to hair salons before she actually went.
Oh, yeah.
Before she went to Sephora. This is like real. Not even trying to make this up. So I agree with you. But to your point about the science and that was being used, and the chemistry, it kept the prices on an even keel. Like Moisture Max, Lusters, those creams were in the same price range. Your hair greases were all in the 75 cents to $1.50. You didn't really have a $15 hair grease. Today, you see what I'm saying, Cheryl?
Absolutely. Which and to go along with what you're saying, now that I think about it, because now the companies are in survival mode, and that's why they're higher, not discount. Think about when demand is high, the price comes down. When the demand is starting to lower, the price goes up. And I'm sure those VCs are trying to get their money back because this is a joke. And at the end of the day, you cannot allow a consumer body. For instance, the pharmaceutical the medical world cannot afford to have their patients having an exclusive market on medicines that they are going to be held accountable for later. So in other words, natural hair care people are now going to be going into hair salons at a flux and now saying, excuse me, this doesn't work. I'm no longer happy and I want this to be done and redone. But at the end of the day, because you started being ingredient smart and you started to be a poster child and an ambassador of thinking of natural hair, now you want to be able to shop for more options, but then you don't like this ingredient, and then you're going to say, see, you're not natural. What happened? And you have the consumer really
navigating,
and really being at the forefront of something they have no knowledge base about.
And this is what Dion is saying, that she felt that the real black hair products back in the day, they were, and they, as she says, were more scientific, and that science was perfection, and that's why she continues to use the old school products. So here's a video. I cannot make this up, guys. You guys are so on the pulse. I just picked these little reels and videos at random, and I got them right off here on YouTube. I also dropped the article in the chat for you guys to read. And so here's another just regular person who did a reel, to your point, Dion, about the mix. It's too many mixed messages, and like Cheryl's saying, and that's because the consumer is driving the narrative. So here's her take on mixed messaging.
I am officially done with the natural hair community because what is this? I was up late last night and I run into something called the greenhouse method. And the reason why I am deceased right now is because 5 minutes ago, the natural hair community was saying, oh, it's not cool to sleep in deep conditioner overnight. It's going to ruin your hair. And now look at this.
So 1 minute they said you could do this, the next minute they said you can't do that. And so she says, you know what, I have been doing this all along, and I followed you guys, and you said don't do this, and use this product to do that. But then you have per Dion and Cheryl's point, that back in the day, the products, they just simply worked. It was just a matter of which brand did you like, Colgate or Crest. The toothpaste just worked. Did you like TCB or did you like Ultra Sheen? Did you like Dixie Peach or did you like Royal Crown? Did you like Blue Magic? It was just brand preference. It wasn't that Royal Crown didn't press hair like Ultra Sheen's press. You see what I'm saying? So can you speak, to that, to what Miss Dion is talking about, something that you can depend on, and what can consumers do right now as we talk about some of the dumbest that people say about black hair? How can consumers now find something that is consistent and credible? Because you got, here you go, LaWanda says, because a product like Cantu never worked for her. So now what can they do to find that old school, feel that Dion is talking about? Because in some areas, like in VKs, they may not have access to what Miss Dion is talking about. And thank you, Miss Dion. Thank you, everybody, for your comments.
Let me just go here first, because of course we're going to address some of this in the we're going virtual with the Afro Hair Science Summit, and we will be able to converse with each other about it. But I do want you guys, not you guys, but we must, especially those in the media, in social media, we have to tell them they were part of a cult.
You can't tell people they're in the culture, or they're not gonna be able to take it.
You're in a cult. You're in a cult. And I say
how many people? Wait, Cheryl. How many people?
Just wait a minute. What did the woman say? Now she had her hair in a plastic bag. And of course, all of my wonderful listeners on this right here.
I told you so.
Okay. Now, they had this woman, and because all of my wonderful people on the chat know, if you put a plastic on your hair, it makes moisture come out. So they made her put on a plastic bag, a scarf, and then a head wrap. Told her it was healthy for her scalp to be wet, wrapped up in plastic, then covered twice. So she got 3 things on her head. Then she came to find out that she's also now following the opposite instructions. And now they say that's a cult. Then the cult would have a social fight with other people who decided to wear their hair differently. And that was pent up against. And now we are interfighting within the cult. That's a cult. When you make up your own language based on nothing, based on unscientific proven knowledge. And I'm just going to say, of course, I love my people, because at the end of the day, when you were given disinformation, you must unlearn. When you were given misinformation, you must relearn. And both we have to do that in a close community with people we love, because we all love each other, okay? Because that's why I'm taking time, and Miss Ladosha taking time, and everyone in the chat in their subsequent worlds, Miss Dion and everybody else, they are trying to get us to a point to where we can truly understand, oops, we got duped. Maybe we got caught up into some marketing messages, okay? Maybe we vilified some natural ingredients, such as mineral oil. We got duped, okay? We don't understand parabens as it relates to the one versus the ones we eat, and the ones that are on the outside in our barrier that don't sink in nowhere. We got duped. We're in a cult of information where we cannot decipher the truth. Period.
And on that note, I'm going to go ahead on, Dion and everybody in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and drop the bomb.
I love my people now. Come on now. Because at the end of the day, if they won't treat you right, they won't teach you right. Though that money that bled out of between 2000 and 2024 is billions. And I'm saying I don't want to crucify it. I just want to have it, go a different way. Black folks will relearn, unlearn, relearn, and don't do that shit again in the next generation. Learn from your mistakes, and let's return to our inheritance and what we know what to do. We do shit in the lab. We don't do shit in the kitchen. That ain't where we're from. Our people and your people are alchemists and chemists. That's what we do. We made whiskey. We made the best whiskey on the planet. We made the best products on the planet. And at the end of the day, Y2K, y'all started that shit. That's when what? That's where we got off track. And I'm sorry. At the end of the day, why can't Dion and Ladosha and myself, why can't we find a curl activator that Mr. Morrow used to make? And you gonna tell me that Stace Off-Road just had some damn secret? Well, it must have not just been a secret, but it must have been a technique of formulation. We can't just get dreams and all this shit and start going to make shit. And because white folks love money, they gonna believe you. I know Bain Capital is mad as hell at Shea Moisture.
Yeah.
Got duped.
Yeah.
Because if black folks don't do one thing, and if y'all remember, y'all think that keratin, Rio, Copa, all that shit, Yuko, the Japanese came with that shit in 1991, 1992 with thermal reconditioning. We've done it all. They can't tell us nothing, but we keep falling for it.
So let me ask right now, what is it about science or in chemicals or chemistry? Why does it fear the public? If you're one of those people that are just like, I am just anti-chemical, I am afraid of chemicals, I am afraid of anything synthetic or man-made. Per Rike's statement earlier, she said they were told, as she read it from the media, that certain ingredients such as silicones and sulfates and all of these things were, here it is right here. She said there was a lot of media about mineral oil, sulfates, and silicones. These are all, alleged, synthetic and bad or, products. So ingredients, I'm sorry. So why?
Well, my question to you guys is that what would be drying out the hair? Y'all did, they did, all the women on the video, right? Their hair was dry. They never turned over the ingredients list and said, well, which ingredients making your hair dry?
Well, she just told you. She said mineral oil, sulfates, and silicones and dry hair.
That's not the videos, you guys. That's not in the can too. These are post.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hair care industry. Carol's daughter, the black vanilla. Why did it make her hair dry? Why is Miel making the hair dry? What? Turn the bottle over if you're dissatisfied, my lovely people. Turn it over and tell me which one is making you dissatisfied with that product. And I know you can't tell me.
Well, maybe this is the answer right here. Here's our last video. Maybe this is the answer.
I just feel like it's not going to be as poppin' as it used to be, and it's also because of how toxic the community has become. Like the natural hair community has really become very, very toxic with people's opinions, people's prejudice against certain hair types. All of that has kind of become a problem in my opinion, and I feel like it's going to continue to become a problem.
I mean, she was saying that in her video that, seasonally, people wear their hair, in the summer they'll go more natural, in the winter they'll, straighten it out and do braids and, weaves and so on and so forth. But that overall, it's just something about the divisiveness that's, I'm surprised that people are being so open, and for lack of a better word, I'm just going to say cancel culture, that they're going after these companies like, who, and that they believed in, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised that it just would go down, because everything that goes up, it kind of must comes down, and then it kind of goes on an even keel. But everywhere you turn, and it's been like the past 5 years, this natural hair community has been under constant attack, and people are fed up, and we are starting to see more comments like Wike wrote that this is why I'm going back to, what's tried, true, and trusted.
And it's a trust gap. The natural Y2K movement was very cantankerous. It was they were angry. And they moved with a vengeance, and they needed a boogeyman. They needed another. and they needed someone to be outside of the fringe, and that's the toxicity that the young lady is talking about. And I am quite baffled by their energy and their and the vehemence and the vitriol of which they moved and spoke to other people that decided. I mean, because you tell a story that you can't even come, you couldn't even sit at some of the panels because you wore your hair straight. I mean, it is unbelievable. And let me just say this, and I truly believe that our mission is to re-engage with us as professionals, as consumers, to have the myth busting hour, and don't come out of the room until we get all of the myths, with some scientific credence to where it's logical. But what we don't understand is that when one thing becomes a victim of propaganda, there is another person on the other side ready to sell you something.
So what do you think about Dion's statement that it's a cycle? The natural hair community have put so many good companies out of business with cancel culture of their so-called no ingredients. So are they
But it's not really cancel.
Are they whistleblowing? Are they? No.
A very good, very, very good question. The problem is that they can't pinpoint their insatiableness. They can't pinpoint when the sulfate or the polymer or whatever the source of their dryness, when that sulfate, paraben, silicone, or is not there, they can't still once again pinpoint the source of their dryness, the source of their elasticity, the source of their imbalance in their porosity.
Yeah. That's why I like this whole y'all know I'm still hung up on float the hair in the water. Like what is going on? Like what is really happening? And why is Cheryl and I the only people that I can see? I mean, if you guys know of some other people, please invite them, share the content, hit that thumbs up button right now. We don't see any likes going up. You guys are rocking it out with us. It also helps us garner more positive people like you guys into this very healthy discussion, because silent is not, you're complicit. Not
an option, absolutely.
And so, we've got to say something. You're telling people to float hair in water, and I just can't believe it. And so we just need you guys' help. What's up, BFF? I see you in the chat. Monica says, hello, everyone. It's so nice to see you.
Like in the dark.
Yeah, you're definitely in the dark. You need a ring light or something like that. We gotta get you. There she is. She turned dark.
My camera goes crazy sometimes.
All right. And so she says they're insatiable for new products every other minute. Wow, hadn't thought of that. We use the same stuff forever, period. All of this changed. It was not a normal thing. So maybe it's the insatiable appetite and they want something new every other minute. I had not thought of that.
I don't think that it's product driven.
You're back dark again. Yeah.
It's my camera. Sorry.
Okay.
It's my camera. I don't understand. Yeah, it's my camera.
There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, it's my camera. But I will say that they're dissatisfied with the texture of their hair.
Yeah, and that's the killer. That's the killer. That's the killer for me, is that, for the amount of products that have been sold, for the amount of money that has been made, by these founders, for the amount of exposure that a lot of companies have been given, and, the advent or invent of social media, people overall, when it comes to Afro textured hair and textured hair, they are simply, they're still not satisfied. And I don't know, is it the insatiable crave for products? I don't know, Dion, you might be onto something, or maybe they just don't like their hair. But we do know that when people come into the hair salon, it is a overwhelming consensus that when a person enters a hair salon, their hair is damaged, particularly those with Afro hair. Softer textures, straighter textures, that doesn't seem to be a factor as much. But when it comes to Afro texture hair, people are definitely of the mindset that this hair is damaged. And maybe this is why we are seeing what Dion has described as this insatiable appetite for the new. And then what Cheryl is saying is that maybe they just don't like their hair regardless, no matter what you give them or do. I don't know.
Well, they want a salon alternative. And the only other alternative, and the people who are appropriate to have this conversation are professionals.
But they don't like hair salons. Some people are just I don't want to go to it. I just want to do my hair at home.
Well, you have to remember, no one's forcing anybody to do anything, right?
Right.
Okay. They can continue to buy 10 to 12 to 15 to 16 to 20 products if that's what they choose to do. Here's the thing. They have boxed themselves in a world that does not allow for innovation, because the innovation, for some reason, they're just thinking about a new product, and they don't understand that they have to start asking themselves some chemistry and technological questions. How do we improve? Where's the formula? What's the next wave? How do we get the texture, the cuticle layer, to be able to do things in terms of texture enhancement? They are not satisfied with their texture. They're trying to get their texture to do something that it doesn't naturally do. Ironically, and I know that's diametrically opposed to what they call natural hair care, right? And they don't understand that they have to start backing away, the cult, come on guys, back away from the word natural. You cannot lose your natural status even if you die. It's going to be natural because it's what? Keratin. It's natural. Now, you don't want it to be chemically enhanced. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you are satisfied with it being enhanced, or if it must receive a chemical or some kind of salon texture enhancement that degrades the texture a bit or upgrades the texture a bit. The point is that I want you satisfied with your texture. So
and you can't. We want you satisfied with your texture, but what's not going to happen, you're not going to get it out of 10 to 12 bottles of products. That's the gimmick. And you're going to continue to pay way too much. As we wrap this up, what's up, LinkedIn user? I knew LinkedIn was going to come through. How you doing? She said, LinkedIn user said, excellent insights. We are trying. We're definitely making sure we have this conversation on LinkedIn because this is where our scholars are. And the scholars, they're being very silent. And I think they are afraid to have the conversation. And we need the scholars to have the conversation in a very different kind of a way and not get on the platform and yell, fire, like some of these people are doing. But Dion concludes us with another angle. And she says, I think that when you look at this, it is an influencer-driven thing. Things that make you go, and it's too much. We never put a pressure on our hair texture acceptance. We knew how to do our hair and or how to get it done. And that is true. The only time you felt pressure is when you didn't comb it. And so I agree. I agree with you 100%. We have not looked at the pressure or the influence of the actual influencer. And so this has been a wonderful, wonderful
absolutely great dialogue.
A wonderful discussion. Remember, next month, our theme is, again, let me put a little banner up right here, right quick. We are going to have Uncle West is going to kick us off with Education Matters, the dangers Misinformation, followed by Miss B, Auntie Hair Coach, Denise West, and Yate Keaton, the master barber and author. Her book will be our book of the month. Rock with us throughout the month of November. You guys are going to love this one. I promise you, this is the one that's going to be fiery. Even Unc is the female version of Cheryl. That's all I can say. I'm going to tell you right now, if you like Cheryl, I'm gonna tell you, I hope him and Cheryl just have some good banter. Like, no, yes, no, yes. And I'm gonna be in the middle like this. Because for now, we'll get a chance to invite these scholars and have them in their prospective places. I don't quite agree with them on the platform of, hairstylists and trying to mix, collegiate scholarly stuff with hair, because it's getting mixed up and all of this. But you can do your own thing. And one way that we see it getting mixed up is these hairstylists that are people. They say if you go to the hairstylist, it's like going to a therapist. Have you heard that? How many people in the chat have heard when you go to your hairstylist, it's your barber. It's like you're going to a therapist.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's quite a very private conversation. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now y'all know I don't like that though. Okay. So I want to pick Cheryl's brain. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find a therapist. We had a clinician in our documentary. I want to see if she can come on over on Monday, and we want to discuss are hairstylists and barbers, are they your therapist? I don't like this. I don't like this.
I wrote Beauty and Myth because I was but creating and developing skills in terms of consultation as a hair coach, right? And I did it on Michael Baisden's show sometimes in New York. And put it this way.
I miss Michael Baisden. Monica used to have me, she would call me and say, get on Michael Baisden so he can shout out your salon. I miss Michael Baisden. Hey, Michael Baisden. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened.
Right.
Anyway.
And we would take questions and we would do that kind of thing on air because the conversation was so real in terms of women needing real comprehensive, logical, scientific, sound reasons why they shouldn't and should not do things. And that's what I am committed to getting us on board with some scientific truths. And and so that's important to me. And please, guys, join us virtually. We're going to send out a notification about that. Get on and really dig in with us because we are going to be talking about some really good, deep stuff. Right, Ladosha?
That's right. It's going down on on Sunday, October the 20th. We're going to work on some more graphics here. We're going to have a link where you guys can purchase some tickets. When you purchase your ticket, you'll get to select a t-shirt of your choice. And it's going to be one full day of Afro Hair Science, starting with mastering texture. That's going to be the first session. The second session, I'm going to teach how to color Afro hair, called the Ladosha tones. And it's all about the business of barbering and hair. It's for your licensed professionals, natural hair community. We're also going to have a State of the Union Afro Hair, State of the Union, Afro Hair Talk, State of the Union, where we want to unite the industry and set the tone to kind of clear some of this stuff up. But in the meantime, on next Monday, we won't be here. We're actually going to be in Texas. So we're going to be live in Texas, and you guys is going to be just very unfiltered, real raw. When we come back, we'll pick up with our hairstylist therapist. So get ready to join us in the chat on Monday. We'll be coming all the way from Houston. All right, guys. So we appreciate you guys' support. And any last words, Cheryl, before we wrap this up? You guys are the bomb. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, LinkedIn. Thank you, everyone. Facebook, and thank you, YouTube. So any last words before we close out and go home?
I think you guys really know our hearts. And and I'm not kidding about the hair cult. Ladosha. She knows. We talk about that all the time. And we want for the natural hair care movement and industry and whatever we have done in the last 25 years, we don't want it to be toxic anymore. We want it to be fruitful, profitable. We want it to be educational. We want it to be for you guys to grow your businesses. We want it profitable for you. And we need to get back on and fill the gap. And we need to just get back on the same page and make it profitable for everyone concerned. And not
right. It has to be user friendly. It has to be doable. It shouldn't be breaking the bank. Y'all ain't no way you need no 12 products for no love. No big afro. It's just, come on now, dog. You know, you don't need all of that, okay? So is it gimmicky and is it overpriced? The answer emphatically is yes. But gimmicks are good, and you pay for what you get, what you pay for. But remember, you know, be penny wise, don't be dollar foolish, okay? If it works, use it. If it doesn't, hey, throw it in the garbage. It's just that simple. And you know, use some discernment when you're out
bring
there.
Bring it by the salon. Bring it by a fellow professional and say, well, what about this? And talk about your goals. What am I trying to do? Is this going to help me meet this goal? And give me a technique.
Yeah, hair salons and barbers are really barbers are making a conscious effort to help you out too. So yeah, like Cheryl said, go to your barber, go to your cosmetologist, and allow them to help you. It may cost you a couple of bucks, but it can't cost you no more than all that damn money you spending on them products that you don't like anyway.
That's at least 70 to 80 bucks or to $100 worth of stuff.
So save some money and go ahead on and pay that barber and cosmetologist. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. We appreciate you very, very much. So you know what we say when we're signing out, right? We talk about love, peace. No, a whole lot of love, right? A whole lot of peace and a whole lot of hair, okay? And if you don't have it, you don't want it. You can't stand the hair. You just gonna cut it all off. You got a couple of patches of hair that just keep falling out. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all. Dion 408 has given us a plethora of things to think about. Dion, I hope you come back and join us because your input has been extremely helpful. You, VK, Sandra, everybody in the chat, LB, we love you guys so much. Okay. Yeah, all of that is beautiful.
VK, thanks, Miss Dion, and all y'all.
Yeah, Michelle Allen.
Michelle Allen.
Yeah, we miss you, Michelle. Welcome back, Monica. All right, everybody over on Instagram. You know, we love you guys too, Miss Poe, King of Lock,
hey,
everybody, Sir Poe. Yeah, Danny. Thank you guys so very much. All right, and y'all have a beautiful, beautiful night. Because I forgot, that's what I was saying. All of that is beautiful too. And so are you. All right, guys, don't forget to do this. Tell them, Cheryl. Do it right now. Come on, y'all. It ain't too late. Tell them what to do. Here you go.
Pampa me on. Pampa me on.
Hit that thumbs up button to help change the narrative about hair products being gimmicky and overpriced. Save your money and use some discernment when you're out there in those stores. And if you need some help, go to a hair salon and a barbershop, and we would love to assist you in your shopping and decision making when it comes to your hair care products. All right, guys, have a good night. Cheryl, you ready for the chit chat tonight?
I'm ready.
Woo, 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 woo. Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, woo.
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl, Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
Well, I was with Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed her. Hey! It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips.